So, guys, if you are new to these webinars or my page or anything, if you're just finding me, I am Keyona Henderson. I have been helping educate people on credit, money, budgeting, student loans, financial wellness, all of that now for 9 years. This year will actually be the 10th year. So, it's been a long time, and I'm super excited about being able to help and educate everyone and stuff like that. So, basically, we're going to be going over today is, student loans. We're going to talk about just how to get started, the whole process, the different options you have for repayment. And then we're also going to be talking about uh, collections, and we're going to talk about if you already have the late payment. So for the people who already have it, we're going to talk about that as well. Awesome. So I got to share this with y'all. If you've been around for a while, I don't know who's here, who's been around for a while. I used to do these all the time. I would do client events. I would do, so many different events, and everything. So that was back in the day. Now I am trying to get back into that because I really want people to be educated about this. Once I heard that student loans were going to be due, and I heard that 5.3 million people were going to be impacted in these garnishments, I really had to ask myself, like, what can I do to lower that number? I'm just one person, but what can I do to educate people and just make people aware of what's going on? Another reason that, I did it as well was because I saw people getting late payment. So y'all know I'm a realtor as well. And so I would be helping people on their game plans, because what happens is once you reach out and we send you to a lender, we get everything, we get your game plan together. So they would come back and the lender would be like, wow, all these people got late payments. We looked at everything, and then she would be like, it's a lot of people with late payments. This was before they even made the announcement. So I found out that student loans were going to be reporting late, and I was just like, what can I do about it? So I started responding to a whole bunch of people, and then now we're here. So yes, I'm excited again to get started. I have a good list of notes. I'm checking Crowdcast just to make sure everybody can get on. All right. So just to get started, you can put it in the chat. Who here has logged into their student loans? So if you've logged in, like if you haven't, that's completely fine, because I'm gonna tell you how. But who here has logged into their student loans? So we got some people here who's logged in. That's good. That's good. Okay. All right. Who here has not logged into their student loans? Good, 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 good. Okay, so that we're on the same page, the very first step is we need to log into your student loans. If you have your laptops out, if you have anything out, and another thing, if you're new here, welcome. I hope you all end up seeing me way more as I get back into just educating on different topics and stuff like that. And I'm so happy that you all were able to show up. I just want to do this, and I hope that you all can learn from this. Yes, so it will be a point where I get into the questions, and I'll take the ones from Crowdcast. Yep, so I will be getting that. All right. So the very first step is to log into your student loans. You're ready to do it. So go to www.studentaid.gov. A note is that if you have not logged in a while, you may have to reset your account. You may have to reset your account. All right. So when you log in, you have your account, you have your dashboard. Okay. So you go to your dashboard. It's gonna be a part that says it's gonna have dashboard, and then you go to the left side, you're gonna see your balance. So once you log in, you're gonna see your balance. Don't let it get you into depression, okay? Because I know how it is looking at those student loans. You be like, oh my God, this is just so much. And because student loan interest builds up and it just keeps going, you're gonna see sometimes your balance will be higher than what it was when you started out, especially if you haven't making larger payments. That's just how it is because of interest. All right. Everybody following along? You looking at the back? Okay, go down, scroll down, and you'll see the balance. So go to studentaid.gov, and you scroll down. You got to go all the way down. It's in the middle. Like it's going to be to the kind of to the right. Yes, my aid. That's exactly right. Let me know if y'all got it. I'm reading comments to see if I got enough got it so we can go to the next step. Okay, we got enough got it. All right, so y'all have officially completed the first step. So for y'all who haven't logged in, sometimes they might make you reset that account, but it's okay. You in there now. All right, when you log in, go to the right side of it. It'll have upcoming payments. Make sure y'all follow along. After you see upcoming payments, you're going to see My Loan Servicer, okay? If you go to view more, you'll see the direct contact information of your student loan servicer. You go to pay on servicer website and you can set up an account right there if you have one, if you don't have one. Everybody with me on that step. We're going step by step implementation. I don't want y'all to just hear it. I want people to implement. I want people to be their checks to be saved. I don't want anybody on here getting garnished. So you go to view student loans, go to studentaid.gov. If you haven't logged in a while, you might have to reset your account. Go to dashboard, my aid. On the right side, you're going to have upcoming payments. After you see upcoming payments, you're going to have My Loan Servicer. After you see My Loan Servicer, you're going to go to view more and you'll see direct contact information of your student loan servicer. You're going to go to pay on servicer website. And if you have never done this before, you've never logged into your servicer, you will have to make a new account. All right, everybody got it? Everybody got the first steps? I went live online, so if y'all want to share this on my Facebook page, that'll be great. Maybe we can help somebody else. And in my group, somebody can share it in my group. It'll be awesome if you're there. Shout out to the team on here. I do see a good amount of our team members on here. So yeah, I'm excited about that. All right, y'all. So we got to view student loans. And then for everyone watching us live on my page, I have already started. So I'm just going over the first couple of steps. So you all will be caught up on everything that we're doing. You just getting it? Okay. www.studentaid.gov is the first steps. Can one of my employees go on my page and recap the stuff as I'm saying it on there as well? I'll type it on here. Just put this first step so that people who are just joining, we can kind of reach everybody with the studentaid.gov. Okay. And that's just the first step. You'll go and tell, if y'all want to do a little recap, My aid dashboard, my aid loan balance. That's how you see your loan balance. Right side will be upcoming payments, My Loan Servicer. View more. You'll see the direct contact information of your servicer on there when you go to view more. Okay. And if you don't have an account, set up one. Okay, Eugenia, do you have that? I just want to make sure everybody got it. Everybody's on the same page. We're all kind of navigating this thing together. Okay. All right. Okay. So thank you so much. All right. You got it? Okay, good. I just want everybody to get it. That's the thing. All right. So for y'all who don't know what a servicer is, because I know that if you're just hearing this for the first time, you might not understand it. It's like a middleman of sort. Like if you owe the balance, there who collects the balance. So in the official definition, a loan servicer is a company that they assign to handle the billing and other services on your federal student loan on your behalf, and it's no cost to you. So when you're doing this, you're doing no cost. The servicer is not costing you for you to pay on your loans. Your loan servicer will work with you on repayment options such as income-driven repayment plans, loan consolidation, and it will assist you on other tasks related to your federal student loans. On social media, if I look like I'm cut off, it's because I'm actually looking here and teaching on another platform. So I just went live while I was doing that. All right, y'all. So that's what the student loan service is. Everybody's on the same page on how to log in and how to identify your student loan servicer. We're on a journey, y'all. We're on a journey together. We're going from one step to the next, to the next, to the next. Is everybody on the same page for those beginning steps? Okay, cool. All right, let's do this. Cool. A loan servicer, we went over what a loan servicer was. A note, keep your contact information up to date so that your student loan servicer can stay in contact with you. You don't want them to mail your old address, the address you had on file. I see this a lot. The address you might have when you first enrolled in school is not the address you have when you finish school when those loans get due. You know what I'm saying? So that FAFSA website that you first probably did your FAFSA, your federal financial aid on, you might not have that address. So go into your student loan account and make sure that address is up to date, because I see that a lot. And people will say, well, I didn't get my mail. And it's because you don't have that address. So not only make sure your address is correct on the federal student website, make sure the address is also correct on your servicer website as well, so that you're getting the most up-to-date information. I see a lot of people will be like, I'm not paying those loans. I don't care. That's between them. This is not the time for that, y'all. At one point, I used to kiki with y'all about that. We can't laugh about that anymore, because it's either pay, make some type of arrangement, or you will get garnished. It starts next week, so you will get garnished. So we need to pretty much make it so that we are being proactive and not reactive. If you've already got the late payment, we can only move forward from that. However, we could at least try to eliminate people getting garnished. This is not the time to be like, I heard somebody say, I can't worry about them student loans. I gotta worry about a roof over my head, me and my kids' heads, right? And I can understand those sentiments 100%. However, you won't have the money to keep paying for the roof if you're getting garnished. So let's do something about this right now, y'all, to the best of our abilities, okay? All right, so get that contact information up to date, stuff like that. Is anybody in the comments on my social media recapping this stuff for the people on there? Okay, I don't think I see nobody in the comments yet. All right, cool. So we went from how to log in. We went to your servicer. What is a servicer? Keeping your contact information up to date. Repayment plans, right? So one of the things you can do is you're going to need to get on a repayment plan, right? You can do income-driven repayment plans. There are things based on your income and household. And I'll read to you all a bit about income repayment plans so that you all know what that is. I don't want anyone to be like, I don't even know what that is. Because you don't have to take the standard plan. Now, here's a bonus tip. If you do not set up an income-driven repayment plan, when the student loans come due, you will resort to a standard repayment plan that's based on your balance, okay? Everybody heard that. If you do not take the income-driven repayment plan or another option, you will resort and it will default to a standard payment plan that's based on your balance. And pretty much 10 years, it's going to be, that. So you really want to make sure that you are doing that. I'm going to check the questions on Crowdcast real quick. Just make sure. Did you get your answer, Santana? What was the step after we see the balance? Oh, select the loan servicer on the right side that says upcoming payments. That was the step after you see the balance. Okay. I got that done. Okay. And I'm going to read to y'all a little bit about how these things work. Repayments plans based on your income are a smart choice to lower your payment. The lower your income or the larger your family size, the less you'll pay each month. So for people who are like, I don't really make it that much, so your payment's going to be, you can make your payments based on what you make. And the more independence you have, that helps a lot too. So the less you'll pay each month. Again, if you don't pick a repayment plan, your loan servicer will place you on the standard repayment plan, which is a 10-year fixed repayment plan, okay? If you're watching this, share this, because it might be somebody on there that needs this information. Even if you're not impacted and you're like, well, I don't have student loans, you might have family members, you might have colleagues. We as a community can really band together to help as many people as we can. We want that number to be lower. I want when they go back next week, it don't be 5.3 million people that's about to get their wages garnished. I want it to be as low as possible. So if you're watching this on my social media, on my Facebook, please share this if you can so that we can help spread the word. All right. Let's see. So it says we can pick from, all right. Repayments plans are based on your income. If you don't pick one, I told y'all how it's going to go to that standard one, which means that standard one is not going to take into consideration your income. That standard one is not going to take into consideration your family size. It's going to take into consideration what your balance is over 10 years, how to spread it out so they can get their money. So definitely get into some type of repayment plan so that you'll get something that better suits you monthly. All right. Another thing, if you work for the not federal government, any type of governmental agency, you could qualify for something called public service loan forgiveness. So that's the federal government, the state government, or city government. So that's really helpful. Those I think it's 120 payments. After 120 payments, you have loan forgiveness. So definitely want to look into that if you meet one of those. And there are a couple other ones as well that you can look into. There's also a student aid loan simulator on the website, and I could put those in the comments as well, for you to look at and for you to do as well. So you can kind of look at how those payments are going to work for you, how that looks for you. All right, let's talk about if you cannot afford to pay at the moment, or you got a lot going on and you cannot feasibly do a repayment plan, right? So say for instance, you tried to do it and do a repayment plan, but that payment that they came up with was just too high for you, right? Because it's hard out here. We already know that. And we already know that, again, it could be hard. So what do you have? You have options. You can choose to pause your payment. You can choose to pause your payment from about two things. It's called deferment and forbearance. Now, before I get into that, is everybody with me? Is everybody on the same page? Yes. Okay. Okay. Did they also keep the loan forgiveness part for those that get? Verify go to studentaid.gov and I will verify first, just to make sure that, the loan, yeah. And not everybody ended up getting their loan forgiveness, unfortunately. A lot of people did, but not everybody did. So verify. It was somebody on there. That's what I'm answering. For the Zoom attendees and the Crowdcast attendees, someone asked if they get to keep their loan forgiveness for the SSI and SSD. So I always say verify. Oh, losing my voice. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right. So then after that, deferment and forbearance. If you're eligible for a deferment or forbearance, you can temporarily suspend your payments. When it comes to deferment and forbearance, there are two important things to consider, okay? In most cases, the interest will accrue. It's accrue. Y'all know I say words wrong all the time. It's accrue. The interest will keep going. Okay, let's use the easy words. Keep going. The interest will keep going during the period of deferment or forbearance. This means your balance will increase and you'll pay more over the life of the loan. So let's talk about how interest works so that y'all can understand what I'm saying. Y'all know how it is. Interest keeps going, right? And if you don't pay, your balance just goes up. The more you pay, hopefully it goes down because you can get a larger part of that, pay down some of that interest. However, in most cases, the interest will keep going if you're doing forbearance or deferment. A lot of people are like, why did I'm not even paying yet. Why did my student loan balance go up? That's because you were deferred. Even if you did it during COVID, it was an automatic deferment. Now, COVID, they did pause interest, and that was a phenomenal time to pay your balances, get caught up on stuff if you could feasibly. But they did pause interest. But at one point, they took the interest away. I taught about that too, I think, when they stopped it, I believe, after COVID. I think I posted it or whatever. And saying all that to say, if you're not following me on social media, I am about to get back to a lot of educating. I haven't announced this yet, but it really is about to be back to educational land over there. I have a Facebook page. I have an Instagram page. Barely post on there, but I got some good content on the, the starred stories or whatever you call favorited stories or something. And I have a YouTube station that I haven't promoted yet, but it's a lot of videos on there. So definitely go over to my YouTube. If Crystal is on here, she'll have the link to all that stuff. So yeah, Crystal, can you put the links to the stuff, had to do that little intermission real quick. All right, guys. And Shamil, when she puts it on there, then you can put it on Facebook or somebody. I don't know who's on what. Okay, so let's go over that. So for the people who are wanting to learn about, let me make sure I'm not missing anyone, that I admitted everybody into the Zoom, and then I have everybody in the Crowdcast. Okay, great. Ooh, how do I get back to them? Okay. Let's talk about, so we talked about deferment and forbearance. Interest will still accrue. Okay. When you get, okay, now certain type of loans and a deferment, interest doesn't accrue. During a forbearance, interest accrues on all loans, right? So you got to really check and see which one. So that's just another thing. Here are the things where you can get a deferment. I'm going to read to y'all a list of when y'all can get this. If you're undergoing cancer treatment, experiencing economic hardship, in a graduate fellowship program, enrolled in school at least half time, performing qualifying military service, a post-active duty service member, a parent plus borrower with student enrolled in school, enrolled in a rehabilitation training program, or unemployed. Now, here's another thing. I'm going to be honest with y'all. You will have to prove, you can't just say, I want to be deferred. Like, there are eligibility requirements for all type of deferments, and you will generally have to submit documentation to qualify. Generally, okay? So that's a deferment. For the people who need deferment, those are the different ways you could do that. I mean, those are different things that qualify. You might can get forbearance if you are experiencing financial difficulties, such as medical expenses or changes in income, serving in AmeriCorps, performing service that will qualify you for partial loan forgiveness through the U.S. Department of Defense, working in a medical or dental internship or residency, serving in the National Guard, have student loan payments that are high in relation to your income, or you're working as a teacher to qualify for the teacher loan forgiveness. That's another program as well. Again, there are eligibility requirements. Now, somebody asked me on my Facebook page, it was a really good point. They said, why not just keep enrolling in school in part-time? Here's why I do not recommend that. You're only avoiding the inevitable. And then also on top of that, you are adding to the debt. And if you're adding to the principal, you also add to, like, it's just going to get bigger. And then you have sticker shock. Unless you're genuinely like enrolled in school for a reason, I can understand doing that to put off student loans. Like, I get the theory behind that, but I personally just won't recommend that. You can still do what's best for you, but I don't recommend that. I would rather you try to work out some type of referment plan, payment plan, something, because we don't want to increase our debt. If the point is financial freedom eventually, some people on here probably want it. Anybody on here want a little financial freedom? I don't know. But if y'all do, that'll be awesome. You know, not everybody wants that. So I ask because not everybody want it. There are some people just like, I'm good. But if you want financial freedom, that is a step that you will have to take. You will have to eventually get to the point where you're like, I got to rid myself of these debts, right? Because we understand that in the quest to reach financial freedom, income and then debts, you know, you increase income, decrease expenses. That's how we do these things. Got a little guest over here that want to greet y'all. You want to say, hey, baby? My little doggy just walked over here, y'all. I don't know if y'all want to see him that. So that's what I'm saying. So anyway, that goes back down to the reason that I don't recommend that. I don't want to go off on no tangent because y'all know I can get off on a tangent. However, that's why I don't recommend that. So I wanted to answer that question live because I had that on my Facebook. Okay. Uh-oh. We're going to need to get everybody muted up here. Okay. I got it. Okay. So the next step. Now, everybody following along. Let me know if y'all following along. Say following. We get it. Let me know something. So I get a regular monthly payment, but the date is... Still contact them just to be sure. Because if it's saying 227, it could have been anything. It could have been something from an old time when you did deferment. I don't know if you did a recent one. You know, they're not honoring a lot of the old stuff that people did. So definitely, this is a Yolanda Johnson. Definitely still contact them. Let me know if y'all still following along. I'm checking Zoom. I'm checking Crowdcast. All right, y'all. All right, so, cool. Another note, repayment plans, deferment or forbearance is the only way to ensure you have no negative credit reporting. Okay, so I know y'all, a lot of y'all here for the credit piece of this thing. And that's my thing. Y'all know I love a good credit. I love credit. We have been blessed. And when I say blessed, y'all, we have truly been blessed that in the 9 years, this year will be 10, we have served over 9,000 clients in so many different states, so many different programs we've had. It's just been amazing. We still be low key with it, you know. Couldn't have done it without an amazing team. So shout out to everyone on the team currently and those who've been through the years. We have some really good, loyal employees that have stuck by us through a lot. So I couldn't be where I am today without any of them. So that 9,000 y'all hear me shouting out, it was not just me. It was definitely them helping along the way. And yeah, so saying all that to say, I love credit. If that gives a hint into how much I love credit, that is definitely it. Okay. Yes, that is a really amazing question. They said, if we set up a deferment or payment plan today, would that stop any garnishments they may occur next week? Absolutely will. You will not get garnished if you have something set up. Okay? That was a really great question. I want everybody to hear that. If you're watching me on Facebook and you don't see these questions and who I'm responding to, it's because I'm live on 2 other platforms. So that could be it. But yes, that's an amazing question. Yes, and that's another amazing point. It's a lot of scammers out there that are taking advantage of people right now.
Put it on top of this cake.
Hold on. There's a lot of scammers out there that are taking advantage of people and telling you, pay me to do it, pay me to do it. You don't have to pay anybody. Don't pay me, don't pay them, don't pay nobody. You get on there, I'm giving you the tools to set this stuff up for yourself. So definitely want to do that. Okay. And again, okay. Again, the repayment plans, the deferment or forbearance is the only way to all right, he want to get some attention. Come on, buddy. Come on. He ain't jumping up, but he want to be on the camera. This dog, y'all. This dog. My baby. All right. So that is the only way. So by next week, what are we going to have? We're going to either be in repayment. We're going to be having a defer. We're going to have something together because that's the only way. All right, Randy, now you're doing too much. Move, because you didn't jump up and see them. So now you can't do it. All right. That is the only way to guarantee that you do not get garnished. Okay? We're going to say no garnishments in the comments, y'all. If you ain't getting garnished next week, you say no garnishment. Okay? If you're going to be one of the people who ain't getting garnished. Ain't no garnishments allowed over here. We need their check. Okay? Everybody needs their check. I saw another question that came up. A business owner was like, well, if you own your own boss, you don't have to worry about this. Baby, you're not exempt. If you own your own business, you're still not exempt. Especially if you're like me and I have employees on payroll. They will garnish me too. I am not exempt. We have not gotten into that yet, Chriselle. We're just introducing the credit part. Can we get a no garnishment from everybody? No garnishments, okay? I can't touch 5.3 million, but if I could touch the people who are here in this moment and y'all people, I have accomplished the goal. That's the goal. Okay? All right, so let's get into the credit piece. Who's ready for the credit part? Let me know. Let me know if y'all ready. Give me a drum roll, please. And of course, again, I told y'all when I started this webinar, I have nothing to sell to y'all. I'm not going to sell y'all my services. We good. If you want to join, you can. They'll put the links in the comments on how to join credit stuff or you need extra help. I'm not here to sell you this. If you want to buy a house, I'd love to do that. I'd love to help you. I'm also a top agent in Virginia. And speaking of that, I got this cool trophy that I just got. I wanted to show y'all. This is from Virginia Housing. I haven't posted it yet, but pretty much, Virginia Housing, I got awarded for helping people with like grant programs and down payment assistance. So basically, if my people who needed extra money to close and down payment, I really was vouching for people to get those grants and down payment assistance. And it really is a full circle moment because I served on the supportive housing committee, the junior supporting housing committee, and then I got an award from Virginia Housing when I became a realtor. So I'm really excited about that because that also shows that I don't care about people who got all the money. I'm here for the people who need a little assistance, okay? Get that down payment done. So anyway, just wanted to share that quick moment with y'all because I saw this. Haven't posted it yet, but I wanted to share that. It was like, I go for the people who be the people that be like, look, I need some help to get a house. Not everybody, has money saved up or gift funds, especially in our community. A lot of people are not getting gift funds. They're just not doing that. So they need down payment assistance. They need grant programs. They need programs to help them move the needle forward to that homeownership goal. So I'm willing to help you all on that. They can put the link if you want to reach out regarding homeownership, even if you're not ready yet. I will be willing to help. I help anybody. So if you know me, I'm all for help, even if you're not ready. Okay. Getting back to that. Let's get to the credit piece of everything, okay? And I'm going to tell you why a lot of people have inboxed me and said, my score dropped 91 points. Did y'all see the post that I did that went kind of semi-viral? That ain't really viral to me, a couple thousand. I done went real life, like 100,000 shares. So semi-viral post. I mentioned that one because it was a comment that said, their score dropped like 91 points. Another person said 78 points. Did y'all see that post about the student loans? Let me know. Okay, y'all saw it. I'm going to tell you why that's the case. Not just the late payment from the student loans, but it's also because when you do a, what is that thing called, y'all? My bad. When you have a late payment is the largest factor of your score. And y'all know I'm about to go to my old faithful example. So if you've been following me for a while, it's the old faithful example coming out. If your credit score is a pie and you have a pie shape, right? Then your late payments are the largest piece of that pie. So you pretty much have to, if you have one, it has the most impact. If you max out your credit cards, that's not the largest part. That's the second largest. You can recover from that. If you max out if you get an inquiry, that's not the largest part either. You can recover from that. If you get what else happens? A collection, guess what? Late payments even outweigh collection accounts, y'all. Collection accounts. My team is putting the links in the comments if you need credit services and if you need a real estate consultation, there are in the comments. Can somebody also put it on Crowdcast? So we have an audience on Crowdcast as well that has not left Crowdcast that are listening in. So we have 3 platforms going at the same time. I wish I knew how to do Instagram at the same time. I do that too, but y'all got to bear with me on Instagram because that's just not my thing. Okay. That's why the late payment is so heavy, y'all. It's so much, okay? So let's talk about it. So, all right. If we follow the steps that we just went over, y'all remember the steps we went over: student aid, how to pull up your balance, how to do your servicer, how to set up a payment plans, different types of repayment options, forbearance, all those steps that we just learned about. If we're just learning about those things, how do we stop the late payments? We get a plan to stop it. But what about those people that the late payments have already been reporting from, right? Because there's some people out here that's watching this and it ain't no shame because we in this thing together, y'all. I want to see you win. If you got the late payments already, that's okay. We can recover from it. Yes. They're going to get with you about the fourplex. Yes. I am loving investment. I know I keep getting off track, y'all, because that's just how I am. When people bring up other subjects and have other questions, I talk. Investing changed my life. It made it so that I am not dependent on one thing. I'm y'all on Zoom and Crowdcast. I'm answering questions also on Facebook Live. And somebody mentioned investing. And I got the idea that I didn't want my stuff all invested in one thing. So last year, I had actually burnt houses way prior to that. But last year was the highest amount of homes that I purchased. I purchased some homes and flipped them and sold them. And then I purchased some homes and kept them to rent out. And that's just another conversation we could have about just financial freedom and generational wealth and investing and stuff like that. But investing definitely is important. Oh, she mentioned that because she already owns a home, and I was talking about home ownership in regards to all other stuff. So, all right, y'all. So let's talk about people who already have a late payment or what we can do. Late payments is a large factor of your credit score. One student loan late payment will mean it drops drastically. If the negative student loans have already reported to your credit, the number one thing that you need to do right now is you need to call. This is not something that needs to be solved online, okay? Because they can have additional options for you that are not standard online. So if you're like, I'm just going to make my payment arrangement online. If you already got the late payment, that's not for you, okay? Are y'all following me? That is not for you. That is for people who are just getting started and before they get to the late part. If you have the late payment, you need to pick up the phone and you need to call your student loan servicer and say, hey, I have a late payment. I need help, right? They have different options. I don't want to speak for everyone, but they can say, okay, upon successful completion of X payments, we will remove the late payments. So you need to call and see what your student servicer is providing, okay? That's the key. You need to see what they're providing because they need to be the ones that say, hey, no more late. We're not going to, this is not going to be the case for you. Like, okay, you're not going to know what your service is doing unless you call. You don't need to be going through automation. Call again. Hey, can I get into some type of plan that will then delete those old late payments? Okay. And I got another bonus tip after this, so stay with me, y'all. And if you're just joining in, thank you so much. I'm Keyona Henderson, and I'm so happy that you're here. If you're new to my page, be sure to press follow. I have made space recently on my friends list. I still got a long list of people, but if you send me a friend request, I'm trying to get better lately. I'm trying. I was maxed out for a while, and if I'm maxed out when you do it, or you send a request, follow for as well. Because if I don't get to right away, if you follow me, you'll get all the updates. All right, and share this with anyone you might know that might need student loan assistance. All right, y'all. Facebook Live, the reason I also am not doing it, I don't know if y'all saw the update, but these are all new Facebook Lives from here on out will automatically get removed in 30 days. That is not feasible. And that the reason I've had people go to another platform, I'm still sharing on live on Facebook. However, I want you to be able to replay this if you need to or share with somebody down the line and not click it and be like unavailable. So that's why I'm on another platform as well. Okay. All right. So I have a couple options for people who might be experiencing late payments, and I got a little bonus for y'all. Call the people. Do not try to figure it out online. Call them and see if after a certain time they can retroactively remove the late payments. Now, back in the day, they were doing this all the time. A lot of things are changing now, y'all. We have to stay on top of these. That's why I said follow me, because I really have had a passion, a pull to not just educate on regular stuff, but the changes, there are true changes happening in front of us that we don't even grasp yet. It's a lot, but yeah, we can talk about that another day, but it's a lot of financial things going on. It's a lot of uncertainty in the market. It's a lot of different things that are going on that we really need to be educated about. Okay. All right, so what happens if you've already made a payment or they don't remove them or you have this negative mark on your credit report, right? So that's the bonus. So what happens if that's the case? Well, what happens if that is the case is there's one thing that helps late payments. There's one main thing. And anybody got a guess on the number one thing that helps a late payment? Anybody got a guess? Okay, so the number one thing that will help is time. Late payments get better over the course of time. So that's time. The impacts of late payments will lessen after a while. And another tip, the number one thing that could revert you back in the opposite direction is if you get another late payment. So say for instance, you get late, you be like, well, it's late now. I mean, don't let it go to 60 days. Don't let it go to 90 days. Don't do it, y'all. You have to get on top of late payments. Don't let your repayments lapse. So if you are at the point where you're like, I am going to do a deferment, you need to monitor how that deferment, what's your time frame for that deferment? Put it in your calendar, set on a reminder, your time frame. if you do your deferment or your forbearance, whatever you're doing, you need to set a reminder. We really did used to cut up for 3 hours like it was nothing. Another one of my clients said, I need your business credit class again. I said I was going to offer it again. I ain't offered nothing lately, y'all. I ain't even hold you. I haven't offered anything. 3 hours needs to be cutting up. I'm going to open the floor for questions at this point. I'm going to go back to Crowdcast, see if anybody put any questions there. I'm going to go for Zoom, and then I'm going to give y'all a tip. And as I promised y'all, nothing to sell. No, I just wanted to educate. Did anybody learn anything or feel any value so far? Like, did you learn anything new? Do you feel like you well equipped to take on anything? I really hope you did. It really was a family reunion each time. I miss y'all so much. My hair is so messed up. Oh my gosh. But hey, do it anyway. I really had to have that day to day. Like, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm usually like extra fearless and I stand boldly and stuff. But today was like, I had to like talk to myself, encourage myself, okay? And be like, girl, you need to do this and you gonna be all right. Yes, that's another thing that can happen. Those servicers will shut down because I used to have one that ain't even in business no more. So be sure to note who your servicer is. Anybody want to come live and ask their question? Y'all know I don't care. That's a really good question. What if the student loans have already went to collections? Then you actually have to contact the collection agency and not just studentaid.com. And no, you need to do both because you need to find out what balances with collections and if any are with student aid. And then if that's the case, you kind of got to handle both of them. It's so crazy, but yes, you have to contact the collection company, make a plan with them at that point. Yeah, go see who your current, if you don't see their information on the see more part under servicer, go to the part that says, I wrote it down just in case somebody had a question. It's like you had, view more. Oh, go to pay on servicer website and it'll have a link to it there on the right side. If you're back in school, then you're good. The old late payments will eventually lessen and you'll be okay. You know. Oh, everybody said they missed it. Oh, man. Y'all got to watch the replay. I'll give a brief summary, though. A 1-minute summary. Studentaid.gov, dashboard, my aid. You'll see your loan balance. The right side, you go to your loan servicer. You go to view more. Or you can also go to pay on servicer website. Set up an account. We also went over what a servicer is. In general, that pretty much means that's just someone who takes... who's like a middleman who takes the payments and help you with stuff like that, and it's no cost. We went over repayment plans, how repayment plans work. We went over the different options you have if you cannot feasibly do a repayment plan at this time. So you have forbearance and you have deferment. So we went over those two options. When you can get a deferment, that's pretty much helping you to pause your payment for a little bit. We went over credits. We went over like how to avoid the late payments. We went over what to do if you have a late payment, which is you need to contact them. For people who already have a late payment and have not done anything about it, you need to call. You can, I mean, it's a couple options out there. You can work on getting the old stuff removed. I don't even like to get too deep into that because it's so confusing to do on your own. But you can work on trying to get the old marks removed. I'm answering is that Chloe? Yeah, you need to contact them for sure, just to confirm that. Because May 5th, y'all, May 5th. Another thing, yeah, working in level government, it doesn't necessarily give you a waiver, but you can apply for the public service loan forgiveness. May 5th will be the time frame that they're going to start. So don't take no chances. Call, verify, get stuff in writing. Do whatever, your money is worth it. Do whatever extra stuff you have to do to secure your finances. Okay? Yes, so public service forgiveness, thank you, Shamil. It's 120 payments, but you have to actually sign up for it. It's not automatic. Any questions so far? It's been a great time, especially the first one back in a long time. Do y'all want more of these? Do y'all want more educational webinars, educational material? Let me know. Give me a yes, whatever, or I'm good. Just let me know. Again, follow me on social media to stay connected. My team will put my social media handles here in Zoom or Crowdcast. We are not going to allow the garnishments to hit. But if they hit, man. A bonus tip since we're here, and I love talking about credit and educating and stuff. When your garnishment hit, it usually just hits. But there's a way you can say that you're having a financial hardship, and it could either lower your garnishment or get rid of it. But it's that's a whole nother subject. But it's optional. You say yes to more of you. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. I'm glad that y'all learned. I'm glad y'all want more. Oh no, garnishments are never like the actual whole payment. They're like a percentage of your check. So they won't just take every single dime you have or anything. Yeah, a percentage. Somebody says, can you still buy a house if you are being garnished? Just asking. I mean, not really. You need to not have any garnishments because your DTI is based on your actual check. So if you're not getting that check, and they're going to look at your pay stub. So if they don't see the actual check, you can't use your whole check. I mean, you can, not saying that's impossible because garnishment don't last forever, so you can still purchase, but at that moment, you don't need to have any garnishments, no. Like, because it's based on DTI or a lot of other factors, but that's one of them. And if you're not showing the full DTI, that definitely, your check, then that definitely impacts DTI. Because it's debt to income ratio. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I hate the thing and my dog jump. It's debt to income ratio, and we need to show your income. And garnishments don't show all your income. So, yeah. That was a great question. Anybody else have any questions? Awesome. Well, it doesn't look like we have any other questions. If you are watching the replay of this video, be sure to share, everything, follow my page, shoot me a message, request, whatever. I usually get back with people. If I have not gotten back with you for whatever reason, I'm sorry. My messages get behind. Sometimes I skip them by accident. Sometimes they end up in the spam folder. So I apologize. It's never me doing anything intentional, not getting back with anyone. So you can feel free to reach out to me again. Other than that, thank y'all so much for joining on every platform. We have 3 platforms live right now. And I appreciate all the viewers on every single platform. And I hope y'all have an amazing night. Thank y'all so much.